Okay, let's go to
Yeah.
drawn to scale. So in the
Yes.
figure, ABCD has a side length of 3. Then the circumference of the circle is,
Mm.
So
Gosh.
that, what do you do when you don't know how to do a problem? What,
Well,
what,
it's
what,
hard
what-
using like my pencil as a ruler or something. Like
Mhm.
I'm thinking like that circle, those arcs are a little bit bigger than the sides of that square, probably, right, Jeff?
Yeah. So
So,
the square would have a perimeter of 12. So I expect something a little bit bigger than that. So
right.
I don't know, maybe 15 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we had some choices, like if this was a multiple choice, this is kind of more of an example here, but we could make an educated guess, even if you didn't know how
Right.
to do it. And I think we have one, that next slide there
Well,
has,
well, Pat, let me
Yeah.
ask you this, Pat. How often are figures drawn to scale? Are they always drawn to scale or
Well, I
maybe
don't
not
want to
all of
say
them?
the exact percentage because I think we're doing that as a quick poll on this.
Okay.
yes, we
But
are.
I
Yes.
do know it's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot.
Let's
Yeah.
check
Like
this one
this,
out.
yeah.
So if you're stuck, you're just going to go, well, like, let's say you just don't know how to set this guy up. You
Yeah.
go, yeah, like I'm kind of stuck. Um, does that Y angle they're asking about, does it look obtuse or acute or is it 90 degrees?
Yeah, I'd say it looks a little bigger than 90 degrees. So I'd say
Yeah.
it's looking a little obtuse, not too sharp there. A
So if
little
it's
obtuse.
obtuse, if it's more than 90, A, B, and C are automatically gone. And you're just
Oh,
Right.
debating, is
And
it
if
a
I
little
had
bit
to,
more or quite a bit more than
yeah,
90?
and if I had to guess, if I'm like a kid, I forget how to do this. I forget that all the interior angles add up to three. I forget all of that. I would guess 100. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
it's better. It's closer to 100 and 135, I would say.
Yeah.
This is a really nice strategy to use if you're running out of time too. You've got, 10 minutes left and you've got 15 questions. You're like, I don't have time for everything. You might use this strategy then
Well,
as
and I
well.
will say, Jeff, as we've been cataloging these questions, when a lot of, not all the time, but most of the time, when it's not drawn to scale, they actually tell us, don't they, in the question?
Oh, yeah,
So,
they do. Yeah, they say not
um,
Yeah.
drawn to scale.
now
You're right.
sometimes they don't, but most of the time again,
Yeah.
like you said, it's towards the end, you're running out of time. What's the best way to go? Yeah,
Yeah. So Pat, you mentioned this. So I guess those four angles would add up to 360 for any
right.
four-sided figure. So you could set up an equation and solve it and get x equals 45. You're still not done. By the way, that answer is very tempting. Some of our
It is.
students might choose
Yeah,
45.
right. Ooh,
They've done all
ruthless.
this equation solving. Be sure to answer, students, the question ACT is asking.
Yes. What is the
Not
value of
your
y?
question, but the ACT question.
Yeah, because that would be tempting to say
Oh,
45. Sometimes students just see that they go, oh, I got it, 45.
right.
But you have to plug it in. 2 times 45 is 90, minus 10 is 80. So that guy is 80, and those two are supplementary. So I'm pretty sure it would be 100 there, which is what
Right.
you guessed to start with.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
think about the time it took to solve this. The drawn
Yeah.
to
It's a
scale
long time.
so much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel like the guessing on this one is just the way to go, especially if we're, short on time or whatever. You're struggling a little bit. Like, take the easy win. It just because you guess, it doesn't mean that you say didn't know how to do something. Perhaps you're just prioritizing your time. You're
Well, and
like,
also, I think ACT sometimes is really testing your ability to estimate. Like we've actually seen some questions where they really want you to estimate the answer. So this
Yeah.
is a good estimation question, which is a good math standard as well.